What's up guys, and welcome to the third video in our seller foundation module. And this video is going to be covering the seller perspective, which is wildly different than the consumer perspective, and it is really important to have the distinction between the two so you can apply the seller perspective. And a lot of videos that I've seen all out and about on YouTube and even in the other courses, you're seeing the application of the seller perspective and you're seeing the result of the seller perspective, but nobody actually goes into detail and explains the difference between the two. Like, I want to give you a logical foundation of why this path of reasoning is solid, and then more than anything, how to apply it. So as a consumer, your thoughts about product are completely different than as a seller. Like I said, you're thinking about how much does this cost? How long will I use this? Will it break? Can I buy this for somebody else? Do I really need this? All of those things are flooding your mind. But as a seller, you're thinking about completely different things. While you do have concerns on the customer perspective side, you have a ton of other things that you should be considering. So I was at my buddy's house last weekend, and he threw a party and we're talking, and at some point in time we started talking about my success with Amazon and what I'm doing. And after a while I was like, dude, do you want some coffee? Sure, bro, fine. He's like, I actually bought this thing on Amazon. I'm kind of excited to tell you about it. I'm like, okay, show me. So we go in the kitchen and he pulls out of the cabinet, and it's these three cylinders, a base, a cylinder, and a cylinder inside of it, and a little like plastic stick to swoop out coffee grinds. So you take one of the cylinders and you place it above your cup. It rests on there all nice and nifty, and you fill in coffee grinds and boil water, pour on the boiling water, press it down through with the second cylinder, and it creates a nice, smooth, even cup of coffee. You don't waste any grinds, you don't have to fill up an entire pot, all of those things. And you can clean it really easily and put it back. And also has a small removable filter in the bottom. So he's explaining this whole process to me and hyping this coffee and stuff like that. My mind is on a completely different track. The first thing I thought when I saw the product was, it's plastic and it's light. I picked it up, I'm like, holy shit, this is extremely light. It's very functional, meaning kind of trendy, and people would want this. I look at the pieces of plastic and I know that for a fact, just based on the manufacturing cost of other plastic products in this nature, each of these little cylinders is probably somewhere around 30 to 50 cents to make or less. So I see all four of those, I put the whole thing together, it's pretty light. This can't be more than $3 to $4 wholesale price, and that probably includes shipping. At most, with shipping, this is a $5 unit, 100% at most. I took a look at the outer cylinder, and it has a clear label, and printed on the clear label is the logo of the company and some markers to indicate how you're supposed to fill the water. So I know for a fact that's 20 cents. And I also looked at the base of the product where the logo had been stamped into the base. So that means the manufacturer had to make a mold of a stamp just like that, and at some point in time in the manufacturing process, stamped this logo into the product. So they'll charge you 20 cents for the logo, and for the stamp, I would assume it would most likely be free. However, they may charge you like either a flat fee to make the stamp, or they might charge you like a 10 or 20 cent per unit fee to stamp every unit. Any more than that, they can fuck off. So knowing that information, knowing that with everything included, this unit is definitely $5 or less, and then take a look at the Amazon perspective of that. Because it's so light, I know Amazon would not charge me very much to ship that. Maybe $1.50, maybe $2. The whole thing was about this big, and it maybe about a third of a pound. So extremely light, extremely small, check, check. And I also know that at a $30 price point, Amazon's making about $3 to $4 off fees on me. Okay, I can handle that. So knowing that information, I can deduce just from looking at the product without going online, without doing anything else, that 100% without a doubt, this is a $10 or less unit with everything included, meaning this is $20 revenue per unit on just this product. I asked him, hey, dude, were there a ton of people selling it? He's like, dude, a fuck ton. I'm like, okay, all right, X on that checkbox. I'm like, okay, but maybe they don't have reviews. I'm like, were there a ton of reviews, man? And he's like, dude, yeah, some of them had like over 1,000 reviews. I'm like, okay, this product is now officially not something that I can sell because I'm not looking to overtake somebody with over 1,000 reviews. However, this is a great example of the differentiation between the two modes of thinking and how just looking at a product or being presented with a product, you can take and apply the perspective of a seller to see if that's potentially an avenue that you could research further. Now, oftentimes when I'm out and about and I see cool things or people show me cool shit, I jot it down on my phone and I definitely look it up later. I see the scenario of it on Amazon. I do the product research on it if it warrants it. And I even track it a few times. I've actually found some decent potential candidates just from my friends and family and looking around the things at you. I mean, your plates or, you know, silverware or napkins or your blankets, dresser knobs, anything can potentially be a product that has an opportunity for you to be selling it on Amazon, but you have to have the perspective of thinking about it like that. So again, we're going to apply this perspective and we're going to build upon this perspective a lot more as we move forward in the course. I'm going to expand upon this and you'll eventually be at the same level that I am, where you can just look at something and know, without doing any product research at all, a solid estimation of how much that would cost to see if that's something that you would potentially want to sell. So that's it for the seller's perspective. That should be a really good fundamental understanding with a good story to apply that within. And next up is our goals. We're going to talk about setting our goals for not only the like sales goals and stuff like that, but more for the process because I think that's extremely helpful too. And again, a bunch of videos I've seen and other courses and stuff, they just don't explain their goals, they just have them in checkboxes and whiteboards and stuff. So I will catch you guys in that video. It is coming up next, but I'm out.